Alright, today I'm going to show you guys how to use a photo from the internet to kind of help you aid in tracing something. The first thing you'll want to do is you'll want to have your object open up in Autodesk. I just used a basic block so that we have something we can sketch on. And I already Googled cartoon eyes. Now, I know this is a really basic item and it is something that you could easily do with like your ellipse or your circle shapes, but I'm going to use this to show you how we're able to use an object like this to help you. Okay, so you would find the object you want. You're going to right click on it and you're going to want to go to Save Image As, and you're going to save it to your desktop, and once it's there, that's all we needed. Then you'll go back over into Autodesk and you're going to hit Start a New Sketch. Pick the area that you want to have those eyes or whatever it is you're using on there. Okay. Use the hand tool if you've not gotten familiar with these. These are great. You click on the hand and then you can press and hold, and you can drag an item back into the screen. Okay. We also have the rotational tool. This one is nice. On the outside, it rotates counterclockwise and clockwise, but on the inside, I can manipulate and spin this to lots of different angles and then click it to turn it back off. Okay, but now to put those eyes in there, that's something I want to trace. So if you go over to the side where it has Insert, there's a little image, and it's a similar image that you've seen in like a Microsoft program. Okay, then I go back in, I find my image that I saved. I place it, and it's just going to be a blank box. I place that onto the screen. Okay, when I'm done with that now, it'll let me place as many copies of it as I want, but I only want to do one at a time. And then I'm going to right click and say OK. Now the next thing I need to do is I need to click on my object and then utilize the little block in the corner to rotate it if I want to, or to size it to be what I want. Then move the shape to where it is I want on my screen. Now this does not mean it's something that counts in your sketch. You can't just insert the image and have that be your eyes for your character. Okay, we're using this again as a tracing tool. Okay, so once I have the object placed where I want, I'm going to kind of zoom in so I've got it as full screen as possible. And then I like the interpolation spline. With this, the more times you click, the easier it is to use. So that means every time I click, that is a movable place for me. Okay, then I'm going to, on this shape, I'm going to start to go around, and I'm going to just continually click as I'm moving. Sometimes this tool can get in the way. I can just click on this little rectangle, move it over. Now my shape follows, but I haven't clicked, so it doesn't hurt anything on my sketch yet. I'm just going to do it very, very rough so that you guys can get the idea here. But the nice part about the more frequent that I have of the clicking, the easier it's going to be for me to smooth out any imperfections later. If I leave lots of spaces in between each click, it's not going to let me smooth those out to be what I want later. Now, when I've completed the sketch, it's gonna come back in and it'll close it as a green shape. Right click, I can turn that off. Now, anywhere that I have one of those little squares, I can take that and I can move that and manipulate the tool and smooth it back out. So if it's not exactly what I want, okay? But I've used that as something to help trace, okay? So within this, after I have that, okay, I again can extrude this shape, but I want to get rid of the original picture. So when I'm still in sketch mode, I could come back in, click on the picture one time, hit delete, and now my object is going to be what takes precedence over the actual sketch. But I'm able to, again, manipulate and use that. Now, it obviously has flaws to it if you're using it with something that is meant to be perfectly round like an eye. However, if you're using it to create something that doesn't matter as far as the smoothness of the object, it's going to be really, really helpful, especially with those intricate details. Okay?